never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of their 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at BluegrassPreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at BluegrassPreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at BluegrassPreps.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthodontics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Good morning from a overcast, rainy, cold Lexington, Kentucky, Bryan Station High School. It's the Kentucky Youth Middle School Football Coaches Association State Championship Semifinals. Here on PrepSpin, game number 1 is an 8th grade game, and I believe it's Division II, featuring the Eagles of Boyle County High School against the Hilltoppers of Barret Middle School. Darren Douglas along with the coach, Mike Meehan, for today's first game. And, Coach, glad to have you back for year number 2. You enjoyed yourself last year, huh?
I really enjoyed it. I love watching these kids, and these are the future. I mean, these guys are the ones that are going to go on to play high school football and maybe beyond some of them. We've seen some very good football players.
Well, we got some guys on the Belfry High School team that I have seen play for 2 years in this as 7th and 8th graders. So they are now starring for that Belfry Pirate team, who has 1 loss. They're 9-1 heading into the playoffs next week. And we've also seen several guys from Bowling Green, also from Mail, Cal. So we've got some guys that have played in this, and looking forward to having another good weekend of football here.
And we're getting ready to start. And I tell you what, Boyle County won the toss. They're going to receive, I believe, and you said it. It's a very overcast. It's rainy, but the rain's supposed to stop here pretty soon, they said, for the rest of the day. It's going to be a little cold for the people in the stands and for the kids that are standing on the sideline not playing. But the ones in the game, you know they love this.
Yep. I learned a long time ago as an assistant coach for the middle school, never put a blower on the sidelines, because you go to call somebody to go in the game for you to either take an injured player spot or take a play in for you. And they're all huddled around that, and sometimes you'll find your coaches as well. We're getting ready to have the national anthem here. So we'll be back to Bryan Station High School with the opening kickoff of Boyle County and Barret in game number 1 of the middle school state football playoffs.
Sitters are here. I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man.
The little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
You're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Back here at Bryan Station High School, that the stadium used to be known as R.L. Grider Stadium. Is it still known as a coach?
I think so. I think they retained the name. Yes.
Shows my age that I remember that name.
Oh, I remember. I played here during that. I mean, I coached here during that time.
I was going to say, I thought you played in Pittsburgh there, Coach.
I did. I coached here.
Found his way down here to Kentucky to Coach Mike Meehan. Darren Douglas along with you. And Coach Meehan has been a staple for high school football in Lexington, the head coach at what is now Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School, when they revived that school out there on Man of War, and then came over here at Bryan Station as assistant coach, and then went over to LCA as assistant coach, and then finally just said, I'm tired and I want to spend time. And what are you doing on a Saturday afternoon? He's here for football.
That's right, here for middle school championships. And We don't know a lot about these teams. Barret is from Louisville, and of course Boyle County's always had a strong program in all phases of their game. So,
well, Barret has been here before a couple of years ago out of their region, and Boyle County has never been here. So they're here, and we'll get ready to bring you the kick. I can't see the numbers deep for you, but let's take it. I believe that is number 8 for Boyle. That is Cash Logan. He gets it up the middle over the 50. 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Boyle County. And they lead quickly 6-0. Just 13 seconds into this one. And, Coach, we'll get a replay here. Nobody, I don't believe, put a hand on Logan. But he did what I like, Coach. He got his shoulder square to the goal line and took it straight into the wedge.
Yeah, he did, and again, you just don't have time to make cuts back and forth when you're running a kickoff return. So he did. He hit it right up the middle, had some good blocks, and he was gone.
Well, we'll get the replay after this extra point. Here's something you do see, especially in the 8th grade level. You will see extra points kicked, and the extra point guy is Jackson Smith, number 14. The kick is up. It's a line drive, and it just sneaks over the crossbar. And just like that, Boyle County leads 7-0. And here's that return of the kickoff as our producer, William Warfield, we'll talk a little bit about it. We're going to talk about the quarterback who has a pretty good older brother. His brother, Reed Lanter, is the quarterback for the Boyle County varsity team, and now his brother, Cole, is the 8th grade starting quarterback for the Eagles here for Boyle County. Pretty good lineage.
Well, we won't see him yet.
Not yet. We're going to get the Boyle County offense, or the Barret offense first.
Yeah, we saw that kickoff return for a touchdown. So.
And here it is, Coach. I believe. No, not.
No, we can't see it back because I had the wrong camera.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
We got a little more. We're going to have instant replays for you.
Yeah.
We're just getting some technical issues straight up here.
Well,
Darren, it's really good to see you, buddy.
We don't get to see each other enough.
I know.
And you were here every game last year with me, and
I'm gonna be here every game this year.
We saw some really good athletes last year, and so far, pretty good start.
Pretty good kicker return by Cash Logan for Boyle.
It'll be Jackson Smith kicking off, and back deep for the Hilltoppers is number 8. The nearest guy is Matthew Ford, and the far side guys. This one's going to come short. Drop picked up at the 29-yard line. He's going to be outside down the far side. That's number 84 for Barret, and that is Hanson Shelton.
Shelton stepped out of bounds here on the sideline and on the Boyle County sideline. So, well, they've got good field position. Let's see what happens.
He got a nice crease down the far side, only to be bumped out by an Eagle there. And it's a 1st and 10 now for Barret from their own 39-yard line. As nose of the football is just on it, and we're just underway. 7:40 in the opening quarter. Boyle County struck on the opening kickoff. A 70-yard kickoff return by Cash Logan for the Eagles. Jackson Smith added the extra point, and that's where we are now. Shotgun formation, and we have a whistle. And the receiver here on the near side, Coach, started a little bit early.
Got a little bit of a penalty, 5-yard penalty, a motion penalty. They came out in the shotgun. We've seen a lot of shotgun, even in middle school. Shotgun, full house shotgun, I guess you could say. 2 backs on either side, a back on either side of the quarterback, and then they put one of the backs in motion to the left side.
And you can also follow us on your Twitter account, and it's at PrepSpin. So you can follow us along there as well. I know we have a group of people, or a grandparent of a Boyle County player watching us down in Florida today. They give it off to the deep man. That is Ford for Barret. Runs off the left side, gets about 3 back of the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, nice. They ran an I formation that time, and the I formation, a quarterback under center. He walked up under center. Power play to the running back, to the tailback, and pretty good job.
Quarterback is Miles Franklin for the Hilltoppers of Barret Middle School out of Louisville. And if you're familiar with Louisville, close to Atherton High School down in that area of the Derby City. Now we go shotgun formation. Trips receivers here to the right side. The back is to the right of the quarterback. He'll roll right. Looks, throws. throws low, may have caught it, did the receiver, and that is Gilbert Robbins, number 4.
Nice job by Robbins going low to catch that football. Darren, I'd say the ball's going to be a little slick today, at least in the beginning games.
Well, the good news is all of the public schools in Lexington have that synthetic turf, that sports turf. So the footing is going to be okay as far as no mud and everything. That black stuff you see there, that's not mud. That is actually the crumb rubber, the crushed tires underneath this synthetic turf.
But the ball's going to be wet.
Going to be wet. And it's up to the people on the sidelines for either side to keep the balls as dry as they can. 3rd and about 8 for the Hilltoppers of Barret. Rolling left is Franklin. He'll throw. Caught by his big tight end. Breaks a tackle. Gets it over midfield into Boyle County territory. And down at the 45-yard line by Matthew Ford.
Nice pass by Franklin to Ford.
Actually, I'm sorry. That's Celia Brown. Number 9, not 8.
Drag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Celia Brown dragged 5 people.
Celia Brown, I tell you what, when I say he's a big target, that's a big young man for an 8th grader. Good size, and obviously very good hands. I bet he goes 6'2", Coach, looking at it from here.
We don't have any. Do we have size?
No, don't have heights, no, sir.
No.
They give it off coming on the jet sweep. This is number 8. Nice form tackle on the edge there by the Eagles, number 8.
Well, just a little, you're right, it's a jet sweep, a nice blocking on the sideline. But again, Boyle County at the high school level is known for their tackling skills, and that was an excellent form tackle.
Yeah, that was a really nice tackle in the open field. That's Cash Logan, the gentleman who returned it, the opening kickoff for the only score we have of the ball game now.
You know, one of the things, Darren, that you pointed out last year, and that I'm going to bring this up again, is these guys throw the football.
They do.
You know, high school, middle school teams in the past that I saw, they shied away from throwing the ball, but these teams aren't afraid to throw.
I formation behind the quarterback. Franklin gives it off to Roberts, running left, and a nice tackle in the open field for a loss of a yard or two. That is by trying to pick up the number there, the outside linebacker. Looks to be 28 for – no, we don't have a 28 for Boyle County.
But that's who made the tackle.
Actually, be 38. 38. We do have that one. Tommy Wright. They list him as a 7th grader for the Eagles. And, again, when you got somebody that big coming at you, the best place to go is from the waist down.
Right. And number 9 carried that ball there.
Yeah, that was Roberts. Celia Roberts. We just heard the proper pronunciation from the Barret fans in front of us. Empty backfield, 2 receivers to the left side, 3 back here to the near side. Franklin rolling right, being pressured, lets it fly, caught by Roberts, breaks a tackle at the 35, inside the 35, down to about the 31.
He's a weapon. I'll tell you what, that kid can catch the football.
Yeah, he caught it with both hands away from his body and then broke a tackle of an Eagle hanging on to him.
Really nice throw, too, by the quarterback.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers from the Eagle 32-yard line. 3:51 to play in the opening quarter. Boyle County leads it 7-0. We are seeing a nice little drive put together by Barret here. No offensive plays yet for Boyle County. I formation. Double tight ends, 2 receivers to the right. They give it to the deep man. Stood up in the hole by a number of Eagles. The first guy to him is number 4.
Number 20 got in on that, too.
Jackson Grubbs, along with Jakai Tarter.
Yeah.
I'm pronouncing his name right.
Right. Number 20, he came up from the safety position to get in on that tackle.
Also in on it for the Eagles, number 5, Colin Tiller. That's a familiar name over there in Rebel
Tiller
football for the high school. Yes, sir.
Is.
Got another one down here, LaFew.
Yeah,
a couple of LaFew brothers that were pretty tough over there. And their former head coach is now currently the head coach for a second time at Boyle, Chuck Smith. They're going to give an inside handoff to Roberts coming around the right side. He has a first down inside the 20 and gets down to the 19-yard line. And, boy, if you give that truck a big-time play to come down, nice job of breaking it up almost in the backfield by Boyle County there, but Roberts able to get around the corner.
It was really nice inside. We used to call wing T teams run that a lot. They call it the Betsy play. But it was basically an inside handoff reverse is what it was, but turned into be kind of a counter play. Nice job.
Tommy Wright was the guy that almost got in there in the backfield to take the handoff for Boyle County. But it's a 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line for Barret as we move under 2.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
Quick quarters in these middle school games.
8th grades will play 8-minute quarters. The two 7th grade semifinals, which are the 3rd and 4th games today here, will be played with 7-minute quarters. We get a timeout from Barret. Kind of interesting call. I wonder if they got the play call a little bit slow getting in, and the coaches didn't want to get a delay of game penalty here.
I think they did, and actually I was kind of watching the clock, and it was running down there, so they were kind of short. Again, if you want to comment on what you're seeing, if you're watching this game on PrepSpin, you can comment to at PrepSpin on Twitter, at PrepSpin. Give us a little comment. If you want a little shout-out to somebody, we'd be happy to shout out hello to somebody watching the game.
A birthday,
grandma,
or somebody
birthday
might
or
be
anything,
in the hospital watching this afternoon.
And also at my Twitter account, which is at Coach Meehan, M-E-I-G-H-A-N, M-E-I-G-H-A-N.
Well, I'd give my Twitter account out, but my phone decided to go defunct, waiting on the new one to get back into me. But, Coach, we were talking about throwing the ball a lot. We saw the last game last year, the championship series, and the championship games, we saw TK Stone, which we'll see their 8th grade team a little bit later today, out of Elizabethtown against Hopkinsville, and they were winging it all over the field.
Winging it all over the field.
Both teams.
Which I said, that really surprised me. I didn't realize it. Now, they play with a smaller ball because of the smaller hands, which is, a good thing. But even this team, this team, Brown, is throwing the heck out of the football.
Oh, Franklin? Yeah, Miles Franklin, yeah.
Miles Franklin throwing the heck out of the ball.
Single back in the backfield is Roberts. They bring the receiver around, and then a missed exchange. And you'll see that with wet weather situation here. But, Food, family, football. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I gained 20 pounds in here last year, a couple of years ago with that. But we'll do food, family, and football. Give us your best tailgate food.
Yeah.
And we did that one day when Corbin and Belfry were playing, and I gained 20 pounds just some of the food.
Just listening.
Just some of the stuff they were giving in. Same formation. They bring the receiver in, delayed handoff to Roberts, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Yeah. That little counter play, the middle to the running back, that's a good play against teams that really run with motions and move. But this Boyle County team's not going to fall for that. They're sitting in there awful tight on defense.
Well, they have on their coaching tree, they have 10 coaches, 1 head coach and 9 assistants, and they all coach a different position. But what I like, they have special advisor Chuck Smith, head football coach at Boyle County High School.
Yeah, they're running the
pretty
same
good advisor
stuff,
to have, huh?
Oh yeah, Chuck's one of the best in history in this state.
Not only is he a great football coach, but he is an even better human being. And if I know Coach, he's listening today, or if he's not here. Back to throw is Franklin. Naked bootleg, rolls left. He has a man open in the flat and dropped.
Yeah, 84 dropped the ball.
Yeah, that was a nice throw to Hanson Shelton, and it was dropped by the Hilltopper there. He was open in the flat. And I tell you what, I'm impressed here on this opening drive for Barret by the quarterback, Miles Franklin. He has thrown the ball extremely well, especially going left. Yeah. He's a right-handed quarterback. That's tough to teach.
Yeah, that was a good pass, too. We've had 2 broken plays here, that drop pass and then the fumble on the snap that put them back behind the chains now because they were moving the ball, getting short yardage situations every time, but now it's 4th and about 11.
51.7 seconds to play. It'll be 4th and 11. They need to get down to the 9-yard line. Do the Hilltoppers from Barret Middle School out of Louisville. They got to run that inside handoff again to Roberts. He cuts it up in the middle. Guy's hanging on his ankles, but that's the way to get a big man down is chop him down.
Yeah, take his legs off him under him.
And they stop him short. He got down to the 12-yard line. It'd be 3 yards short, and Boyle County will take over on downs after a nice drive from Barret, but the fumble snap and then the illegal procedure penalty actually got him behind the chains. Now Boyle County will take over for their first offensive series, leading 7-0.
Yeah, 7-0 on the opening kickoff return.
Yep.
Which only took a few seconds, tell you the truth. That was fast.
13 seconds total off of that. Cash Logan was the guy who took off. They give it to Logan on the deep handoff. He has space.
He's gone again.
50. Nobody's going to catch him unless – nope. And no flags. An 88 – let's see, 86-yard touchdown scoring scamper from Cash Logan. And, Coach, you're going to have to come up with a nickname for him. We saw a gentleman last year on the 7th grade side with Knott County Central named Matt Brown. You called him touchdown Matt Brown. He had 5.
Hey, come on. His name's Cash. Money. His
Money in the
nickname's
bank.
Money.
Okay, got you. Nice. I'm a little slow, Coach.
Cash Money Logan, buddy.
Yeah. That was just a simple isolation play. Coach, watch this.
Yeah, it was. And
well, it's that zone read. But
nice job of blocking in there by a couple of linemen.
And he's got some speed.
Yep. Yeah, he broke that one, boy. I tell you what, that's an excellent play.
Well, I tell you what, remember the name for the next 4 years after this year's over. Cash Logan, probably the next best running back out of Boyle County High School.
Yep, and extra point was good, Darren.
So the Jackson Smith has his second extra point, and it's 14-0 in favor of Boyle County. They've run one offensive play and lead, 14-0 here on PrepSpin.com.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington.
Back to action as Boyle County will kick off for the second time, leading 14-0. Smith drives it downfield. It bounces past the up man. That is Ford. He'll try to get around the edge. He's straightened up, and then a wall of white jerseys of the white-clad Boyle County Eagles drop him at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, you got to field those balls right away because the cover team is coming down there full speed, and they're psyched. I mean, a lot of those kids don't play on the starting lineups, and so they want to come down there and make their big play.
Well, we were going to talk about the Boyle County quarterback being Cole Lanter, but one play, we don't have time to talk about him again.
No, we'll get back to him, I'm sure. We'll see some
Well, I will
stuff.
say this about him since we have a little break here. He is the nephew of former University of Kentucky basketball player Bo Lanter, who just happens to be my cousin because he married into my family.
Well, that's good. I mean, you got that skill you have, right?
Well, he was a basketball star, and his brother Tim, who is the father of these two Lanter boys at quarterback, was a basketball player and played college, I think, a year or two. And he said, wouldn't you know it, my family's a basketball family, and my sons grow up to be football players.
Well,
pretty good players, both of them so far.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, sir.
There was a motion penalty again. The tailback moved that time. Number 8 jumped real quick.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good sign with a middle school guy. He's getting the football. They give it deep to Ford, and he comes off of right guard. And that's just a prototypical I formation play. It's called an isolation play, and all you're doing is double teaming with your two linemen, and then the fullback's leading up in the hole. And we're in one quarter. It's 8 minutes in for the Division II semifinal game between Barret and Boyle. 14-0 Eagles on PrepSpin.com.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray.
14-0 as we begin the second quarter of play. Here's Barret with the football on the pass, looking for his wideout. That's Franklin out there that was split out wide. He missed him. Did Franklin, or missed Ford, I should say.
It's 3rd and 11. I tell you what, they don't want to be in this situation. When you get behind the chains, Darren, against a really good football team like Boyle County is, then you got to punt with your back to the end zone. Not a good idea.
And if I'm looking out there, I didn't see too many guys on the Boyle County roster playing both sides. Looks like they got an offensive unit and a defensive unit. They fake it to Roberts. Franklin rolls right, throws out in the flat, caught.
Nice.
And he's going to reach for the sticks. Might be number 84, I believe.
It is 84.
84, that's Hanson Shelton with the catch. Then I like the fact he got it upfield real quick, Coach, but then as he was going down, he tried to reach out with the football to get to the first down sticks, and he might be just a little bit shy over the 20-yard line.
Is that Shelton? Is that his name?
Yeah, Hanson Shelton is his name.
We're going to keep an eye on him. They're going to give him the first down.
He got it by the nose of the football, so a first down for Barret with 7:48 to play, and the Hilltoppers trailing 14-0.
That's pretty good effort on his part to get that first down.
I'll tell you what, if you think that Boyle County program is going to go by the wayside, just by what we've seen so far with this 8th grade team here, they're going to be pretty good for a few years. And they've got a lot of youngsters starring on their varsity team, too.
Yep.
I formation. Roberts, the big man in front of Ford. They give it to Ford. Nope, Ford. That's Franklin. The quarterback faked it and then had just what would be essentially a quarterback follow on the isolation look. And he gets up over the 30 to about the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12 and a first down for Barret.
That was a nice play, actually, and a really good block by Barret Shelton, I think, on the edge player there to springing.
And you don't see that play. You see that play more out of a wishbone look with the fullback diving and the quarterback following the fullback into the hole.
Right.
You very rarely see it out of the I formation.
We get an opportunity to mention the names of some of these offensive linemen.
Both these teams are opening up some holes.
Yeah, number 74, if you can get a mention of him real quick.
Sure enough.
Did a nice job on that.
That's the left tackle, Carter Carey. Franklin back to throw, being rushed.
Oh, Lord.
Pressure, throws, a diving attempt.
No good.
And he didn't just off the fingertips of Robbins.
Had a little pressure on him that time for the first time. They were getting on him.
Zach Mason was the guy pressuring from his defensive tackle spot for Boyle County. I tell you what, Franklin's showing some composure, number one. Felt the pressure from the backside. How hard is that to teach a high school kid?
Well, you have to have a second sense. You have a clock in your head is what it is, and you know how much time you have to get rid of that football. It just occurs to you. They say some quarterbacks can have eyes in the back of their head. Well, I think they just feel the pressure somehow.
You get hit enough, you get that sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, especially in the backside. Shotgun. Franklin swings it out in the flat to Roberts. Cuts back across the middle.
Nice.
Man, look at this big man run. Dragging tacklers into Boyle County territory. Looks like they're going to mark him if the pitcher there on the near side is the spotter. They're going to put him right on the midfield stripe.
I like this Roberts kid. I tell you, he runs with power and he's got good quick feet also. You know.
And and the thing is, even on this turf, to make a hard cut like he just did a moment ago, you have to chop your feet.
Yeah, several hard cuts. He changed his velocity as he was running and everything. Nice.
That's a big guy to be doing that too.
It is. It is.
You can see the difference when they line up in the I formation. They turn, they give it off to the deep man Ford. Nope, that's Franklin again off that look going the other way this time, and Boyle County's ready for it. First guy back there was number 5, Colin Tiller.
Yeah. It might be a good idea to feed the beast when you've got this football team with that. The way Ford runs the football,
Yeah. Or and the big man too, Brown.
Brown runs the football. Yeah.
Salea Brown.
Brown.
And the thing is too, I had a mother when I was an offensive coordinator coach at the middle school level. Told me keep it simple, don't outthink yourself.
Yeah.
You got a guy back there that size. Give him the football, and then you fake it to him, and then you can give it to that deep man.
Yeah, or play action pass too. You know, because obviously he can throw the football. Ford can throw the football.
And I think Franklin actually throws the ball better rolling left. Drops back. He looks left here. Throws. Intercepted. And into Barret territory. A nice defensive play by number 10. That's Aiden Sloan.
Aiden Sloan got up and got that ball. A little bit underthrown to give him the opportunity.
And went and high-pointed it.
He did. It was an excellent job.
And that was underthrown a little bit by Franklin. And Franklin's been under some pressure, and he threw that one off his back foot, Coach. And a lot of quarterbacks, when they get under pressure, will do that occasionally.
Yeah, I believe so. I think the ball might have slipped his hand a little bit too. So
not too many quarterbacks are Jared Lorenzen can be falling down to his backside and let one fly 50 yards.
We're a little late arrival of a player on the field here.
And he comes into the wingback spot. They fake it. Lanner back to throw, lets it fly deep. He has a man and caught by number 5. That's Colin Tiller.
A little fight over the football down there, but Tiller came away with the football in the wrestling match.
Wow. That's all I can say about that catch. That was an excellent, excellent catch by Tiller.
He went up and got it.
The DB was right there in front of him, but Tiller went up and got it.
Boy, their tempos have picked up.
Lanner with the running back to his left. They give it off. Straightened up in the hole, and there's Roberts from his middle linebacker spot, just straightening him right up.
Roberts straightened him up. A little help at number 70.
That was Sloan again this time on the carry for Boyle County. And, boy, they're going to know a huddle, Coach. You don't see too many middle schools do this.
No, their tempo. They've picked it up.
It'll be second down and goal from the 9. Actually, the 8-yard line. Looks like a four-man front for Barret with 2 down linemen. Lanner back to throw. Throws over to the side. Caught. Touchdown, Boyle County. Tiller just on a little stop route there, Coach. Right at the pylon.
Nice throw. And, just an easy touchdown. This football team looks like they know what they're doing out there. Boyle's got some weapons running the football. They can throw the ball well. Obviously, their return game is good.
And they got a pretty good group of guys to watch on Friday nights, too.
Absolutely.
Here's Jackson Smith for his third point after attempt. Man, he got that one up and quick and straight through the middle. So with 4:39 to play in the first half, it's Boyle County 21 and Barret nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds on PrepSpin.com.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts.
Bryan Station High School. Darren Douglas along with the coach Mike Meehan for game number 1 of the Kentucky Middle School Football Coaches Association State semifinal round.
Nice kick.
And Smith just drives this one back in off the hands and a touchback as they play high school. Boy, I'm telling you what, Jackson Smith.
We're going to watch him.
Unbelievable.
What a kicking off into the end zone.
I mean, that's an unbelievable leg.
That's pretty good.
For a middle schooler.
Oh, yeah. What's he, like 12 or 13 years old?
Yeah.
Man.
What impressed me, Coach, was the extra points.
Yeah.
Because that's all about timing with the snap and.
All right.
With the snap, we got replays. We've been having issues with it, but William Warfield, our producer and cameraman today, Coach William, you got enough layers on today? You froze to death last year. Okay, just a little worried about him last year, Coach. He didn't dress warm enough, I didn't think. Motion man coming. They had a wildcat position for Roberts. Runs left, breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage, hurdles a guy. And I can't see who the guy is for Boyle County. Grabbed a hold of the right leg and wouldn't let go.
Yeah, there were a couple of people in on that tackle. It's going to take more than one person to bring the big man down.
Dalton Stone was the guy hanging on for dear life on that right ankle.
Yeah. Well, again,
but that's what you do. You grab a hold of what you can and hold on and wait for help.
Barret hasn't scored, but they've moved the football. But then they'll throw an interception, and then on one drive they had a fumble on the snap,
along with the penalty that backed them up. Yes, sir. So Boyle's not really stopped them, so to speak. Barrett's been their own worst enemy. They trailed 21-0. They go with the wildcat formation again. Roberts, the quarterback, in that high snap, he brings it down, stiff arm. Hurdles a guy again, and then is straightened up, and then a host of Eagles fly in.
I think the high snap's throwing the timing off a little bit. When that ball's snapped up, that gives the defense one more step in order to get to the football, and they're getting there.
First guy in on the stop there, stuck his face mask right in the number 9. It's Aiden Sloan.
Aiden Sloan been in on a lot of tackles.
Not a very big guy as Aiden Sloan, but went right in there and stuck it to the big guy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Also had some help from number 35, J.D. Brown for Boyle County.
Darren, we don't have a scoreboard on the screen now, so we're going to have to give people a lot of warnings about what's going on here.
They turn. Franklin throws right side off the hands of his intended receiver. Mike going to have
there is
a pass interference call, and I think Tiller might have gotten there a little bit early, plus it looked like from here he had his left hand on the shoulder pad, not allowing the Hilltopper to jump.
Shout out to Michael Ford.
Michael Ford.
His son, number 8, Matthew Ford, for Boyle County, playing today.
All right,
That's
good.
actually from Barret,
Yeah.
Matthew Ford.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
A shout out for Mr. Ford here.
Appreciate you watching and listening here on PrepSpin. I think this is year number 7 for William and I doing this over here. We actually started Lexington Catholic. Then we stayed over there for a couple of years, came over here to Bryan Station. And we want to thank all those people that helped make this possible, as far as not only our sponsors like White, Greer, and Maggard, the title sponsor on PrepSpin. Wildcat formation again. Coming back left here is Roberts. The big man rumbles into Boyle County territory, sheds a block inside the 40, and then run out of bounds by number 8 for Boyle County. That's Cash Logan.
Cash Logan had a little help from one thing, the sideline.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the sideline, I don't believe they would have stopped the big man. He just absolutely ran through some tackles.
Jackson Smith, the kicker, also.
But we have a penalty on the play.
And going to get holding or?
Yeah, a little holding penalty.
And that's
on Barret.
And that was probably in the middle. I didn't see anything here on the sideline, so it had to be in the middle of the field.
It was on the line of scrimmage.
It had nothing to do with the big man Brown coming this way.
Brown hit the corner and turned it upfield, and if it wasn't for the sideline, he might have gone all the way. But again, the holding penalty, these mistakes, I know they happen, but it puts Barret, the Hilltoppers, behind the chain, Darren, and you just can't get behind the chains against a good defense.
2:46 to play in the first half, 21-0 Boyle County. They bring a receiver here to the near side. That's Ford. Back to the right side, 3 receivers. Ford in motion. They turn, give it off to Ford on the jet sweep. He's bottled up, gets ahead for maybe a yard. And I like his decision. Instead of trying to string it out to the far side, he cut it up and got what he could.
Yeah, you got to turn it upfield sooner or later. Get your shoulder square and get upfield. But, again, that pursuit from that defense is just really, really good.
And Boyle County's going to take a timeout. We'll keep it. You want to take a break, William, or keep it right here? We'll keep it right here, Coach. Got some, like I said, 5 games over here today. There's a couple over at LCA beginning at noon today. And we'll have those games broadcast here on PrepSpin. We have a crew over there bringing you those games. So, as you can tell by the officiating crew, of course, some of them bottled up like they're up in Utah.
Yep.
With the weather.
Listen, they're out here, and they're probably not just doing one game either.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably working
a couple at least.
A couple games, yeah.
And then, of course, they probably had a game last night for the high school crews. And,
right.
And, of course, you got some high school crews doing some college games in the area. A lot of these guys work the Mid-South Conference games in the area. And, boy, there's a big one down in Campbellsville this afternoon. How about number 6 ranked Georgetown against number 21 Campbellsville?
That'll be a good game.
It'll be a humdinger.
In-school game, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully a lot of people are there.
Bitter rivals. They don't like each other very much.
There's 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this half.
And somebody said, well, why would Boyle call a timeout? Well, you got 3 timeouts. You can't take them with you into the locker room and add on to the second half. So you're up 3 scores. You got second and long. If you can get a stop here, you probably stop the clock again and then make Barret either decide to punt on 4th and long, or got to get a couple stops. But you got a chance to score again before halftime if you can do that. They turn, cross-buck action in the backfield. Brown breaks a tackle in the backfield. Will get up to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe squeezed out to the 44. And Boyle going to use another timeout.
They couldn't bring him down. Number 35 for Boyle did a pretty good job of locking him up, though, and holding on.
J.D. Brown.
Yeah.
But Boyle doing exactly what you want. They're stopping the Barret offense and then calling a quick timeout. So they were down to 1 timeout with 2:18 to play. And now Barret has 3rd and 8. He did get to the 44, so give him 3. But now if you're Barret, you got to get a first down on the next 2 plays. Because if you don't, you're going to wind up giving Boyle a short field, and Boyle showing that they have an explosive offense.
Right, and both running and throwing the football. So you're right. I mean, it could be disastrous for them if they don't get a first down here.
William gave us a shot of the Barret cheerleaders here on the near side. Not only are these young guys out here, these young ladies are out here in the rain and the cold and cheering on their ball club.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing thing. These middle school state championships, Darren, you're more familiar. When did this start?
At least 7 years ago that I know of, and William's a little bit more familiar with that than me. But it's been a great thing. I've seen some outstanding teams here, and again, I've followed some guys that are now at the high school level and some that are now at the college level. They've handed off to the wingback coming around. He's into Boyle County territory, and that is a picture-perfect tackle down around the knees, and that is Aiden Sloan.
Aiden Sloan lifted him up and put him down. Let's see the replay on this.
Yeah, watch this.
Turn the corner. We'll do a little slow-mo for you here on PrepSpin.
Sloan.
Bam. Shoulder
That's
in.
called, yep. Face mask across the football.
Nice job.
Bringing the hips.
That was a really nice tackle.
That's something you can show even some high school and even some college kids how to tackle properly.
Absolutely. But going back to what you said, they needed that first down, and guess what? They got it. So that
with 1:50 to go, and then Barret will get the football to begin the second quarter.
Yeah.
Of the second half, I should say.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of things happen. If Barret can score here, it gives them some momentum heading into the halftime locker room. They turn. They give it off. Nope, fake it. Franklin has it, and he is bottled up in the backfield, led by number 38, Tommy Wright, from his outside linebacker position.
35 and 14, too.
Also, that 14 is Jackson Smith from his linebacker spot, as well as 30. You said 35. That's J.D. Brown.
Yeah, J.D. Brown's been in on quite a few plays.
Tell you what, Jackson Smith got a really good leg, but he's pretty tough that you got him playing outside linebacker, too. Huh?
It is. It is. That's a well-rounded dude right there.
Probably the toughest kicker you ever coached. Would you say Nicky Nichols?
Nicky was pretty tough. Yeah, he really was.
I heard, of course, you hear stories about kickers. They're a little off center anyway.
I can name a few that were.
and it's just the way the kicker situation goes in that position. Here's Franklin, rolls out, has his man Shelton in the flat, and Shelton will get it inside the 40, down to about the 39 of Boyle County with 35 seconds the clock rolling. Barret has 2 timeouts. They look like they're not going to choose to use a timeout here.
Well,
25 seconds, and Coach calls the Franklin over, and I would be in try to get a touchdown here because that gives you some momentum heading into the locker room.
I'm very surprised, unless
now they're going to call timeout. Killed about 20 seconds though.
He wasn't watching the clock, I guess.
The assistant coach finally comes down and says something to him, but timeout Barret with 12.9 to play. You can actually have time if you use the sidelines right and your final timeout right. You have a chance for at least 2, maybe 3 plays with that 12.9 seconds.
They haven't had the big play capabilities though. You know, it looks like they're just really if they could just. They want to be a team that drives the football.
Looks like Brown has the opportunity, has the potential to, as well as Ford. Now, I don't know how many schools down in Louisville, whether it be the high schools and the middle schools play at a high school or middle school, I don't know how many have this synthetic turf. It's a little different feel underneath your feet.
Yeah.
So this might be the first time a Barret team has played on that.
It is. The only school in the city of Lexington that still has grass is Lexington Christian Academy. And it's a beautiful grass field. They are.
So they're going to put
LCA is going to try to put the turf on.
You know, Montgomery now has the turf. Woodford County has the turf, the synthetic turf. And actually the guy who was the salesman, I think, that's been in this area is a University of Kentucky former football player, if I'm not mistaken. Joe Fetterspiel, I think, has something to do with that.
Don't know, but he's a good one. Played here at Bryan Station.
Darn good. He was a heck of an NFL player, too. Back to throw is Franklin, looking on the wheel route over here. And off the hands of Aiden Sloan, who already has 1 interception, and then off the hands of Ford. And it'll be 4th down with 6.6 to play in the opening half. Boyle County leading 21-0.
Ford almost got that ball. That ball almost was caught on the tip.
Well, Sloan went up and timed his jump very well again, just off his hands. Franklin looks like, again, though, if he's not stepping into his throws, Coach, and that's going to cause that ball to hang up a little bit on him.
Well, he might not have confidence. Ball might be a little bit wet, and he might feel really
and it looks like the rain has stopped, though, Coach.
It has. Now, 6 seconds to go. There's one play.
One play, and
screen.
Middle screen to Brown.
That's a good play.
30. Gap down the right side. He has a convoy. 10, 5. Touchdown, Barret, and a great offensive play call from the offensive coordinator for the Hilltoppers, and there are no flags.
Nice call. Great play. Here you go. 6 seconds left. The defense is going to tee off, Darren.
Yep.
They're going to go. We're going to get that quarterback. We're going to stop him. He just drops back, did a nice job of fading away from the rush, popped it over the head, and touchdown. Good run.
21-6 now. That Barret needed that one very badly to get into the end zone on that drive, and they do it as time expires. So here's the 2-point conversion coming up from Barret. We'll have the replay before we go to the halftime break here.
They're going for two.
They're going for two. A lot of teams do go for two. You don't find too many teams that kick it, even on the 8th grade level here at the middle school. Wildcat formation, wing back to the right. Brown straight up the middle, hitting the backfield, not going anywhere.
Really, really good play. He's just getting up off the bottom.
J.D. Brown, 35, the first one there.
Yes, sir.
Along with 75 for Boyle County. That's Zach Mason. And Barrett's on the board as we go to the halftime break. Now watch this play call, Coach. This is an excellent play call.
Super job. Had the convoy out in front, like you said.
Now watch the picket fence set up over there.
Nice block by 45. Another block by number 4.
45, we'll give him credit. That's Max Gorley. And then number 4, that's Gilbert Robinson. As you can tell by the video, he's not a big young man, but he'll stick his nose in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at him right there compared to Brown. All right, we're going to take it to a commercial break. Here it's 21-6 at halftime. Boyle County over Barret. Back with more on PrepSpin.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at BluegrassPreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at BluegrassPreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at BluegrassPreps.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Sitters are here. I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man?
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, all P, all O, R-T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. R.L. Grider Stadium is the site here in Lexington, Kentucky of the 2017 Kentucky Middle School Football Coaches Association State Playoffs. This is the semifinal round here on this Saturday afternoon. Darren Douglas along with the coach, Mike Meehan, longtime head coach here in Lexington of the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Bulldogs. I remember that PA guy you had over there, the gentleman that Bulldogs, and it would just echo all over that end of Lexington.
It was a preacher. Reverend Slatter was his name.
But, Coach, we've seen an explosive team in Boyle County as you see them coming into your screen to your left there, and very explosive. Opening kickoff return for a touchdown, a one-play drive for a touchdown, a 5-play drive for a touchdown. Very, very explosive. And Barrett's been more methodical with their drives.
Nice. Yeah, we're taking a look on Williams' phone at the replays here.
Somebody watching.
Somebody watching on their TV. Yeah, look at that. Nice picture. We're really basically. I will say this, Darren, and you've worked with us with PrepSpin before. I'm really proud of what William does and what this program is, the way he runs this show, and the way the equipment is, and the class act that he is, and that PrepSpin is. People watch it on YouTube. They watch it on PrepSpin.com, and maybe we get an opportunity. We can talk about what's the new thing you've got going on. The Amazon Fire TV.
As if we didn't have enough stuff going on now.
Yeah.
Roku, I can't spell that. Don't give out anything
Roku
I can't spell.
I have a Roku strip at home on my TV. Roku app and an Apple TV app. So we're really, really
high tech
and getting better and better all the time.
And the thing is, we love doing these types of things. We like doing the high school games. Again, food, family, and football.
That's it.
Nobody sent anything in. That's at Twitter, or excuse me, at PrepSpin on Twitter, I should say. At PrepSpin on Twitter, you can send us in your favorite tailgate food. Actually, we had all these food sent in, and then we asked for your favorite tailgate desserts, and it was just I started salivating. Some of the ones they were sending, this double chocolate brownie sundae, and I was like, good grief. But we've got one of those crews. We'll see them in the very next game. The Red Hounds of Corbin, you see them there in the distance of your picture there to the right of the visiting side stands. That's the Red Hounds of Corbin after a couple of years of an absence in the state playoffs here in Lexington. I want to say a quick shout-out. I did get a message yesterday on Facebook from Devin Sams. And if that name sounds familiar, Coach, remember that I showed you, William and I showed you the one-hand catch by the kid against Bowling Green a couple of years ago?
Yes.
That's the young man who's had, unfortunately, he's in his junior year, but his freshman and sophomore years were been marred by injury. He dislocated a shoulder that created a surgery situation he had to have on that. He has the nastiest looking scar on his shoulder, and he had a knee before that. But he is going to be watching this afternoon, the Red Hounds of Corbin. Justin Haddock's the head coach down there. 9-1 are the Red Hounds going into the playoffs next weekend.
Tough place to play, by the way.
Very tough place to play. Beautiful stadium, though. Absolute beautiful stadium.
Boyle County's a tough place to play.
Mm-hmm. Rebel Field over there. We've been over there the last couple of years for the Rebel Bowl.
Yeah.
And done it on PrepSpin.
These kids from Boyle County, man, they some big kids on this middle school. And you wonder why they're so good at football. Look where it starts.
That's it. And, you see Corbin, their middle school teams here. Both their 7th and 8th grade in the state championship series this weekend. Bowling Green is usually here. I don't think we have either Bowling Green 7th or 8th grade here this year, I don't think. Then you look down, and you got Boyle County here for the first time. The Pulaski schools, you have the North Pulaski and the Southern Pulaski that are feeding into the Pulaski County and Southwestern down there in the southern part of the state. You also have, you had Bell County here a couple of years ago that feed that great program down there. So it starts at the middle school program. Everybody thinks once you get them as a freshman coach, and you being a former varsity head coach, it doesn't start there. It starts in the middle schools that feed your program, and even in the youth programs that feed that program.
And that may be one of the problems here in Lexington. The middle school programs don't always just feed one school.
Mm-hmm.
You have a middle school that might feed 2 different high schools and so on. It's tough to get organized, get them running the things you want. I'm sure Boyle County, Chuck Smith is influencing quite a bit of what they run.
That's why he's an advisor for the team.
Defense.
Yeah, and they of course, Chuck Smith known for that 4-4 defense that they run at the high school level. I guess it's a 4-4 stack he runs over there, didn't it?
They run a lot of stack and a lot of offset things. And
well, see, I don't impress you as much when I throw stuff out like that as I do Gary Ball.
Oh,
I throw stuff out like Gary looks at me. I didn't know you knew that.
You're a football aficionado.
I'm genius of all and master of none. Here's a deep kick from Jackson Smith, taken at the 8 by Ford. Here on the near side, tries to get around the corner. He does, and is going to be run out of bounds, though, by Boyle County's number 24. That's Dalton Stone.
Okay, now they ended up the first half with a real explosion for a touchdown. They carried the momentum in at halftime. What do you think they're thinking right now? Do we want to go back to the middle screen? Do we want to save it for a little while?
I think you have to keep it there in your arsenal. I don't think you can overuse it. That's where I fell in love with it as an offensive coordinator. I sometimes fell in love with it too much. I ran 6 straight isolation plays.
Well, if they work,
on
they
one
work.
drive. Well, I listened to my mother.
Yeah, they work.
Best person to listen to, right, when you're a coach. Now we go with a quadruple set to the right and one back here to the left. And they bring Franklin on just a straight quarterback sweep, and he's dropped after a gain of about 3 out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was a designated quarterback sweep. They pulled 2 linemen around the corner, and that led him. And again, they made a little bit of yardage, but they need to get these first downs. Mm-hmm. That's the type of team they are. They want to try to drive the football.
Well, the thing is, that was the first set we've seen with 4 receivers to the right side, and they had one back here to the near side with the empty backfield set with Franklin the only guy back there.
Try to get the defense thinking the other direction and come back with a sweep this way. That's not a bad idea.
And spread them out, too, hopefully. There's that 4-4 stack from Boyle County. Watch them shift there, too, defensively, Coach. You don't see many schools do that. Here's a jet sweep again and straightened up in the backfield by number 38, Tommy Wright. And then finishing him off was J.D. Brown. Call those two guys a lot in the first half defensively.
Yeah, I would put a helmet on those guys. Make sure they're blocked on every play. That again, now they're 3rd and 14. They're way behind the chains again.
They list 38 in white as you see him on the right side of your defensive set there for the Eagles as a 7th grader, Coach. Looks like he's got pretty decent size for that 7th grader.
No, you can do that. You can play 8th grade ball if you're a 7th grader.
Yeah, you can move up. An 8th grader can't move down. Trips to the right, 2 back here to the near side. They bring Ford in motion. They swing it out to Ford. And, boy, Franklin almost got him decapitated because he led him too far out in front. And there was number 30, it looks like. That's Andrew McCollin.
Well, that puts them in a 4th down situation. And, again, they're going to give either way, unless they get a first down here somehow, they're going to give the ball to Boyle in pretty good field position.
Actually, that wasn't 30. It was 20. That's Ja'Kay Tarter for the Eagles. I want to call him the Rebel so bad I can't stand it.
I know. I was just going to say the same thing, yeah.
And if you've been over to Boyle County High School, the middle school's right on the same grounds. Smith. Boy, how hard is it to teach a young man to catch a punt in the air at the high school level, Coach?
It's tough.
Very rare.
And if you've ever listened to our broadcast when I'm working high school games, it is my pet peeve to let the ball roll on punts.
Yeah.
Every 10 yards that ball rolls is a first down that you're going to have to earn.
Yeah.
And it frustrates me. Catch the ball. Catch it.
Be aggressive. If it's kicked anywhere near you in the air, you should catch it. Now, if it's kicked to the wide side of the field and you can't get over there, that's different. We go with the shotgun formation. Looks like we have a new quarterback in there for Boyle. We do. That's number 8. That's Chase Logan, and he's in trouble and going to be dropped for a couple of yard loss.
Really good defense that time. You talk about stringing a play out. That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of force that runner to go toward the sideline, and then you can team up on him.
That looked like actually a wildcat, or the wild eagle, I guess they would call it over there at Boyle. As Logan is running the quarterback spot right now, here comes Lanner to set up in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the far side, the short side, 2 back here to the near side. Lanner, the quarterback, looks over to the sideline and now brings Logan in the backfield just to his left. Draw play to Logan. Nice play in the defensive side of things. Looks like number 70.
79, I think, Dan.
Yep, that's exactly 79 or 78. 70.
70. It's got a wrinkle in his jersey.
We knew he had 7 in front. That's Nick Freeland, an 8th grader for Barret.
That's a big play for them. That was a big play.
It's first time now that Boyle is in 3rd and long. 3rd and about 14 for the Eagles, leading 21-6. Early 3rd quarter with 5:20 clock rolling.
Little check with me to get a play from the sideline.
3 receivers here to the near side. Lanner back to throw. Down the middle of the field, he has Logan just out of his reach.
That was
nice
a pretty
throw.
darn good throw.
Yeah.
He stepped into that and had a nice spiral. Pretty good throw.
4th and 14. That was just all 5 receivers go long.
Oh, look at we have number 2 in the game now. Little coverage.
I see him here. Here in the slot, 2 receivers to the near side, 2 back to the left. Logan to the right of Lanner. Lanner steps up, has it slip out of his hand, and intercepted by number 17 for Barret. That is Keyshawn Kane. And a turnover on downs, but it kind of, at the middle school level, that kind of acts as a punt, though.
This is a big hit. Bam. Little block in the back, too, by one of the Barret players. But
that's Tarter, number 20, that laid on the hit.
That was a big hit.
Wow. But that, like I said, Coach, that long pass, even though it's intercepted by Barret, that just acts as a punt in the middle school level.
It does.
So 1st and 10 for Barret from their own 29-yard line.
Pretty good job of stopping him that time. That little momentum switch here.
They give it off to Brown off the left side, and the pile moves.
He moves those feet and keeps driving those feet and keeps that pile moving.
It'll be for second down. Give him about 8, it looks like, if they mark it. Actually, waiting on the box to set over there.
We got 4 minutes and change left in the third quarter, and Barret needs to get back in this game.
If they can get a touchdown here before the end of the third, it'll make for a very interesting fourth quarter.
And I'm sure they'll go for 2 since they missed the extra points, 21-6.
I formation with Brown on the back of the I. 2 receivers to the right side. They give it. Nope, fake it off. Franklin. He'll be stopped short of the first down. Looks like he get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
Our buddy number 35 in on the tackle again.
That's been around football a lot. J.D. Brown. Also on the stop, Nate Rush, 55 for the Eagles. We were trying to give you some more of those. The left side of the offensive line, 74 is Carter Carey for Barret. 63 is Matthew Cox. And I can't see the right side of the offensive line. The center is 73.
We're having a mix-up on the chains over here.
Andrew Woodruff.
The referee called a first down, and the chain crew wouldn't move the chains.
Actually moved to the other side, didn't he?
Yeah.
Here's Franklin. Straight quarterback sweep on the bootleg. Nice cut inside of his block. He'll dive forward.
That's a good run.
Maybe got a couple there. Got cut off the backside of his block of John Daniels, his big right tackle.
Showing good speed there. One of our compadres just entered the booth.
Mr. Ball?
Gary Ball entered the booth. Good to see you, Gary.
We can start having fun now. Mr. Ball is in the house.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing, too. Barret is starting to look like they maybe settled in. Maybe had some nerves early on.
Maybe they again, their game is to drive the football. And they had the one big play on the middle screen, but most of the time they're just running the ball.
Feed the beast. That'll be number 9, Mr. Brown back there. They turn, they give it off to him on the isolation play off. Right tackle, cuts it back into the middle, into the space. 40, 35, 30. Breaks that tackle to 25, 10, 5. Touchdown, Barret.
And no flags.
And that was all Brown when he got into the secondary.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to tackle him. And there were a couple attempts to grab his legs. Here's the instant replay. We watched the instant replay. You can see that, like you said, they line up in the I formation.
Got a pretty good block from his fullback, Daniel Swinney.
Yep, pretty good block.
Who's a 7th grader, by the way, 30 in purple.
Good contact there. Now
look at the cut back there. And
nice cut back.
Now he's into space.
10 decided he's going to try to grab the legs here, but you can't hold on to the big man.
Well, he went, I think, actually, to be honest with you, I think Aiden Sloan, who was number 10 there, went down too early. If he committed a little bit later, he may have been able to knock him off his feet with both legs, but he went and tried to knock off one leg there. Timeout, Barret for the 2-point conversion, trailing 21-12 now.
Yeah.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers.
You see Barret getting ready to line up for the 2-point conversion. They're going to go Wildcat with Brown receiving the snap off to the left side. Swinney in front of him, gets a nice block ahead. Brown tries to force his way in and just barely gets across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. But Swinney got another nice block, Coach.
He did, and again, Brown decided he's just going to push himself in by turning backwards. So he turns around and then just forces his legs and forces him in.
Yep, just barely got in, but enough to cross the goal line with the football, and it's 21-14 now. Boyle County on top of Barret.
That was big. That was a big.
That's a big.
You know what the biggest thing it was, to be honest with you, wasn't the drive for the touchdown. It was stopping Boyle County
right.
for the first time, shutting their offense down so you can get the ball in good field position, and then drive the football again.
And now for the first time this morning, as we head towards the noon hour, it is a big drive coming up for Boyle County.
And it looks like the sun's breaking through a little bit.
Do we see that thing?
Could
Coach,
be.
look at number 11 here on the front wall for Boyle County. Shows you don't have to be very big to play this game of football, huh?
No, you just have to really love the game.
Jace Crow.
Number 17, number 8.
All you got to do is have a big heart. You got a big ticker, you can play this game, right?
So, yeah, exactly.
One of the toughest guys I ever saw play was Mike Saganos. Never called for a fair catch at UK in his career, unless the coach told him he was going to sit him. That was the only way he did it, wasn't it?
I like that Derek Abney. That was my favorite.
Here is Aiden. Left side, he has a crease along the left side, cuts it back into the middle of the field, and is knocked down just inside Barret territory. So watch this. He gets down inside, spins away from the tackler there, and gets inside the middle of the field. And actually going to put him right on the midfield stripe, Coach. But another good return for Boyle County. That's Aiden Sloan. Sloan with the return puts Boyle County at midfield. A short field. They give it off. Deep handoff. This is Cash Logan dragging. Nope, that's Sloan. Breaks a tackle at the 35, inside the 30, 20, 15, 10. It's going to come back, though. A flag for blocking in the back, but man, what a run by Aiden Sloan.
Yeah, blocking the back behind the play, totally unnecessary. Control that. You don't need to do that. He was gone.
Yeah, we're going to see this on a replay. Watch this effort by Aiden Sloan.
Yeah, Aiden does a really good job here. Nice cut
nice
to the
blocking
outside
at the point
here.
of attack there.
And he's free, drags
now
his
this
player.
one, that's the impressive thing there. Breaks a tackle, and the block in the back right there.
Right. Totally unnecessary.
Yep. But but as a coach, you got to applaud the effort because the kid's down there trying to make a block for his teammate.
He's hustling downfield, but when you see the numbers,
that's when you hit him.
Back numbers don't block that.
But a big time run from Aiden Sloan for Boyle County, which stems the momentum some that Barret has acquired with 1:44 of the clock running. 1st and 10 for Boyle County from the Barret 29-yard line, or actually just inside the 29.
A little confusion on the play here.
They turn, they give it off to Sloan. Big hole, breaks a tackle, sidesteps a guy, head into the end zone. Touchdown, Boyle County, and an answer from the Eagles to Barret. And we do have a flag, though, back here
flag
at the 32, probably illegal motion.
Well, I tell you what's happening is that the slot back, if we watch this, you'll see the slot. I think this is what I call, watch the slot.
Okay,
Number 8's moving.
He comes
now
back.
He'll come back, but watch the quarterback move at the same time the slot back moves. That's what I would have called.
Well, he was close there to get that. But
Yeah.
watch this. Again, another great
nice
run by
move.
Sloan.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that young man's got 2 touchdowns in this drive. Both of them called back.
Yep.
Not bigger than a minute either, is he, Coach?
No. The key is that you have to get set for a second before you snap the ball. And if the quarterback and the slot's moving, then that's a penalty.
Same formation, same play. Sloan, right side, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 20, close to the 17-yard line. Looks like he's run out of bounds at the 18, I think they're going to mark
That's a
it,
tough
Coach.
kid. Now, he's not very big, but that's a tough kid, a tough runner.
I'll tell you what, you have him running back at one time, and you also have Cash Logan, who right now they're splitting out as a receiver in the slot, and right now is uncovered, Coach. They give it off to Sloan again. Angles off to the right side, gets inside the 15, down to about the, now they're going to mark him right on the 15 by the guy on the far side there.
That's a pretty good job tackling there, too, just to be sure you get him down. What's that, 56 seconds? Is that 50?
Yeah, 53 seconds, clock rolling. Here in the third quarter, Boyle County leads Barret now 21-14. They give it off again to Sloan, cut back in the hole, Gets down to the 10, may have the first down. He needs the 9. They're going to mark him just shy, about a half a yard at the 9-yard line.
They're faking that jet sweep and then handing the ball off to Sloan, and there's a little crease in there over guard. Pretty good job of blocking by the offensive line.
Yeah, that left side over there especially. 55
absolutely
is Nate Rush. 75 is Zach Mason, a couple of big guys to run behind.
Yeah.
They turn, give it off to Sloan for the third straight time. Big hole inside the 10, down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Boyle County.
Number 99, Andrew Hardwick. Nice job of blocking, Andrew. Really nice job.
As the clock winds, and we'll head to the fourth quarter. We have a ball game on our hands, Coach. 21-14, it'll be Boyle County when we come back here to Lexington's Bryan Station High School on PrepSpin.com.
What's up, Mr. Ball?
Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank.
Wow. Some of the things we talk about during breaks, but I tell you what, it's all football related, to be honest with you. First and goal for the Eagles of Boyle County at the Barret Hilltopper 3-yard line. Barret in the all-purple out of Louisville. And, of course, Boyle County, unless you're under a rock here in central Kentucky, just down the road in Danville. They turn, they give it off to Sloan. Big hole, touchdown, Boyle County.
Boy, he squirted right through there. Nice job of blocking on the right side of that line.
Watch the hole open up over here, Coach. Look at that. And they pull the left tackle around. Was that 65 on the one block there? That was Landon Abrams.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I like. Nate rushed the center, snapped the ball, and did something that you can't hardly get high school kids to do. He blocked the backside, just turned and blocked the backside. Did a nice job.
Just wall him off. You don't have to really get a pancake block. Just wall him off. The other guy was 69 on that right side, Dalton Peets. And then Jackson Smith just bangs the extra point through. And it's 28-14 in favor of Boyle County. And, Coach, I'm telling you what, we've already marked Jackson Smith down to as a kid to watch, as a kicker at the high school level at least, and maybe more over at Boyle County as well. But there are several other kids we can mark down on this Boyle County roster, along with this Barret roster. We've got some kids that we're going to be following along to see what they do at the high school level.
That's a fun thing to do. It really is a fun thing to do. You can look at these guys now and see how they play at such a young age, and you can almost predict that they're going to be stars later too. So, again, hard work and discipline. Do a really good job in the classroom. You know, keep your grades up, or you don't have to worry about that, and you have a future.
The next game coming up will be TK Stone against Corbin. And TK Stone is the feeder school for Elizabethtown down there. It's not a navy blue, you'll see. It's actually called Vegas Purple.
Vegas Purple.
Vegas Purple.
Well, how do you
Gary and I were corrected a couple of years ago down there at E-Town.
Right,
Vegas Purple.
That's,
we said it was navy blue and got real quickly. Somebody sent us something on Twitter. Say, nope, it's Vegas Purple.
Yeah,
okay. But TK Stone and Corbin coming up, and you won't mistake the red and silver of Corbin. Here's a kick deep. It'll hit at the 20, bounce into the hands of Ford. Ford will drive it up in the middle of the wedge and gets over the 30-yard line to the 32. So just as critical as that drive was a moment ago for Boyle County, here's a really critical drive for Barret to put pressure again on Boyle County.
Right, with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go in this.
7:48, Coach.
Is it 7?
Yeah, just started the fourth quarter. Yeah,
my fault. Yeah,
that's all right. Well, it does look that top part of the 7 has a light missing on the end there.
Well,
So
we'll try to give you the time often because it's not on the screen here.
We usually have a feature that we can hook it up into the scoreboard here. We've got the banner there. You see the score. Usually have one that we attach to the clock. That we have the clock in there as well.
We just couldn't do that here at Bryan Station. So
we have twin receivers here to the right side. I formation in the backfield. They fake it to Brown. Franklin looks out to the left side. Almost intercepted and caught by Robbins.
What a nice play by Robbins. What concentration.
Tip drill.
Good job. Really, just concentrated on the ball. The ball skimmed off the defender's hands, and he picked it up and caught it right there. Nice job.
Tell you how this game of football is a game of inches. Cash Logan was within an inch of hauling that thing in, going the other direction.
It could have gone all the way in the other direction, too. Yeah, you're right.
Tell you what, impressed with both these teams, huh?
I am.
Good size, real good skilled kids. Linemen do what they're supposed to do. Real good blocking from those guys up front. Franklin back to throw, drops deep, in trouble, and going to be slung down.
Literally slung down.
By 75, Zach Mason.
Zach Mason just picked him up, kind of turned him around and threw him down.
Well, that's my pet peeve at the high school and college level. Have guys doing that too.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the things is quarterbacks, and you learn, it takes time, that you got to get rid of that ball. You know, pull the trigger, throw the ball if you have to, throw it out of bounds, but don't take those losses. Look how that loss hurt them.
Yeah, loss of 10, and actually I'm going to give it 9. They got him back to the 36-yard line, so it'll be second down and about 17 yards,
Right.
18 yards. Franklin back to throw, trying to set up that middle screen again. Boyle's all over it this time. Franklin thrown, caught.
Oh, nice tackle.
Pretty good job by the Barret lineman down the late flag. They're going to have a receiver downfield.
Yeah, nice job again by Brown on defense making the tackle.
Yeah. Zach Mason, in the middle of that Boyle County defense, sniffed out that middle screen and just shadowed Brown and wouldn't allow Franklin to make that pass into the middle. And that had one lineman right at the last minute. We have a young man maybe shaking up for – nope, he's okay, Shelton. It looked like he was shaking up for Barret there.
Quickly, but he jumped up. He's fine.
Yeah. But Mason, though, sniffed that out and just was right in the hip pocket of Brown. Pretty good football sense there from the defensive tackle for Boyle.
Right, and if that middle screen is covered, you have no other choices. You almost have to run the football with the quarterback.
Saw a kid the other night in a college game on television on Thursday night throw it at the receiver's feet, but got called for intentional grounding. Do you think most officials missed that call?
I would think so.
Because of that?
Yeah.
We have an official's timeout. I think a question maybe with the Boyle County staff about what was called. And it was ineligible, and Boyle's going to decline the penalty.
Oh, okay.
That was, I guess the officials just assumed that a penalty would be taken by Boyle County, but the Rebel coaching staff says, no, we'll take the down.
You can't assume anything with these coaches. They feel pretty confident in their defense. They'll take the down. They'll take the third down play.
It'll be third and about 15. Franklin, deep drop, throws, and nobody there as he's looking for number 19, Dominic Verbranick.
Yeah, he expected Verbranick to continue on his route down the seam, but instead he pulled up his route, hooked it up. So little miscommunication.
4th and 16. Of course, you see that at every level. Sometimes quarterback and receivers don't wind up on the same page on routes and things. So it'll be 4th down, and I think we're going to see a punt from Barret with 5:46 to play. This is the smart play here off the side of his foot.
That wasn't good.
No. Of course, I saw a punt earlier this year that was a negative 2 yards. Went straight over the punter's head.
At a high school game?
Yes, sir.
That's not good.
Coach, I mean, you've been around football a long time, and like I said, I've done these middle school games, I've done high school games, and I, of course, now part of the Georgetown crew for 5 years. Saw a punter. Have you ever seen a punter 5'8", 280 pounds?
I believe I saw one this year that was pretty darn big. A big lineman was punting.
Yeah, I think
not that
Brian
big.
Station maybe,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
This kid was from Point University out of Georgia. They give it off on the jet sweep. This is Tiller. He got around the right side and got into Barret territory and down inside the 40. They're going to actually they're going to give him the forward progress to the 40. So Tiller, boy, I tell you what, Boyle mixes this up with a lot of different guys carrying the football.
They do, and pretty good job of blocking again to get around the corner.
Now you have Jack's, I think it's Sloan again. We're going to have somebody that started early, and I think it was on the receiver here, Tiller. Leaned forward a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're snapping the ball too quickly when they get up to the line of scrimmage, and they're getting a procedure penalty again.
Well, now you have Cash Logan as the running back in the backfield. So you go from Logan starting the game, then to Sloan, back to Logan, as we do have the illegal procedure penalty, 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 at the Barret 45. So you have two running backs here for Boyle County that can continue to just carry the ball, and they each have a different little style of running too.
Yes, and again, they can throw the football. They've shown that. So
3 receivers here to the near side, 1 back to the right side. They give it off to Logan. Looked like he may have had that ball come up on his shoulder pad.
A little bit, and nice job of stopping him by several of the Hilltoppers.
Led by Hanson Shelton, number 84, along with Brown.
Again, Brown in there, 84 in there. Brown was in there. Pretty good job.
Now you have J.D. Brown into the lineup as a tight end for Boyle County here on the left side.
I'd watch for him.
And Smith, you have 2 tight ends, as a matter of fact. Lanner throws out here into the flats to Logan. Wide open inside the 40. Stutter steps inside the 25. Run out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. And that's just similar to a screen, Coach. They just run the running back out into the flats out here, about a 3 or 4 yard pass, safe pass.
33-yard line.
And then let the running back do the rest on his own.
Again, that was a really nice play. The quarterback throws the ball well. The ball's caught well. It's pretty tough to defend a flare like that.
Boy, Boyle County looks like they have a line change. They got players running everywhere.
They're giving a lot of people a chance to play.
But
the clock's the enemy of Barret now.
Now we go shotgun formation. 2 receivers here to the near side. Turn, give it off to Sloan. Cuts outside, first down inside the 30, and it'll be stopped at the 25.
Nice spin again. A good job of running.
Now, I don't mind a running back doing that, but, boy, I used to hate when quarterbacks would do that spin because you're exposing your kidneys to a defender over there.
Got to keep your shoulders down then. Keep your shoulders down when you make that spin, protect the ball.
I'll tell you what, Sloan and Logan have a very good complement to each other in the backfield.
They do. We're just under 4 minutes to go in this football game.
And you watch the quarterback. Watch Lanner, the quarterback. His mannerisms are just like his older brother, the sophomore at the high school ranks. High snap, gives it off to Sloan, very patiently coming left side, cuts it up with the crease there inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Give him 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
That little Le'Veon Bell type move there. A little patience. Let the hole set up before he turned back inside. Nice job.
Just very patient runner there. Waited for his blockers to get to their assigned men. And when he saw the crease, cut it up. No indecision with he or Logan, either one running the ball. Once they plant that foot to cut it up, they're at full speed. They turn, give it off to Sloan again. Big hole right side, 10-5, touchdown, Boyle County.
Can't say enough, Zach Mason. The offensive line for Boyle is excellent. Zach Mason pulled from this backside position and trapped the defender and super block to springing. Excellent job.
Boy, when you got linemen that can block at this level.
Yeah. And they're pulling
and
guards.
You're pulling,
and
you're trapping. Yeah, you know. Some of them are folding. They do what the little fold blocks. Smith with his extra point is good, straight through the middle. No doubt on either one on any of his.
Here's the
points.
replay. Now watch 75 on the backside. The guard pull and block this play.
And again, the center got his seal
bam!
Block. Man, look at that.
Nice job. Really pretty.
71 in there made a. Is that the kid you were talking about? Dusty Duggins.
Did a good job too.
I think he was at center that time, and he got the block that you pointed out a moment ago too.
Yeah, little backside seal.
The backside seal from the to the defensive tackle there, or the guy nearest the point of attack for Boyle County.
Nice job.
And I tell you what, I will say this for Boyle County. To be honest with you, we've done several games over there, Coach. When you go to a high school game, you usually see a lot of kids playing everywhere. Not at Boyle County.
Yeah.
Every kid is in the stands watching the game.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Actually, you know, I'm looking across town, and the bleachers are filling up over there now.
Getting a little bit of red over there. You see to the right side of your screen. That's the Corbin Red Hound group.
Getting fired up here for the Corbin game.
Smith kicking off. The drives it down the field. Comes down to Gibbons at the 4. Stutter steps to the 20. Mistake. You can't do that as a return man. That's when you're going to get drilled. In on the stop for Boyle County, Blake Russell, number 17.
Pretty good coverage on the coverage team. 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go in this football game.
And that last touchdown for Boyle probably was the one that
sealed the deal. Yeah, I think so too.
5 for 5 on extra points is Jackson Smith.
It's crazy. and kicking, one kick went in the end zone.
Yeah, and you don't see high school kids that are perfect on extra points.
I'm very impressed with him.
Well, I tell you what, we're just going to keep this whole roster for both these teams, but at least for Boyle County, because we cover a lot of games of theirs in this area. Franklin looking for Gibbons, and Gibbons just kind of gave up on the route, and Cash Logan had a better shot at it for Boyle County there. Incomplete.
Yeah, pretty good throw, though, as far as depth goes.
Well, Franklin actually got a chance to step into a throw there for one of the few times here this afternoon.
Yeah.
Or this morning, I should say. I keep forgetting we started at 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, he threw the ball about 40 yards, and that's, pretty good.
Coach Meehan and Gary Ball will bring you the next game. And Gary, I left you with a good one, brother. Yep. TK Stone against Corbin. Yep, I appreciate it. Checks in the mail, right?
Hook the brother up for a good game.
I tell you what, that should be a dandy game. Franklin throws out here on the swing pass to Brown. Oh, man, what a cut on a dime.
Yep.
He's going to be stopped for a short gain, maybe about 1.5 yards, maybe 2.
See a lot of white jerseys on the tackle and not too many purple jerseys blocking over there.
No, and you see the safety man that came up flying out of the back of that defensive unit. That's Tarter again, the free safety. Recognized the swing pass, came flying up and went down low on the big man Brown.
They've got to get the football to their star and try to break one of these again to get any chance. With
we
2
talk
minutes
about
in the
this
game.
team. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Coach. You talk about these teams, but you see Boyle County running exactly the offense and defense that their varsity team runs. We've seen it with Bowling Green. We see it with Corbin. Here's a pass from Franklin on the throwback, intercepted by Logan. Headed back the other way, 20, 35, 25, 20, 15, and going to be run out of bounds by Brown. That was a one-handed interception, I think, Coach, by Logan.
Very impressive interception. Again, though, he's back there playing center field. I mean, he knows they're going to throw the ball, try to throw the ball deep. He's back there. We'll look at the instant replay on that and take a look at that interception.
And what's even more impressive, Coach, is the defense transferring right to offense with blocking after the interception.
Right.
That is so difficult to teach, even at the high school level. Look at this, playing center field as the cornerback. Yeah,
one-handed catch.
One-handed, secured it with the left hand, and here he goes to the other way. Now look at the transition, everybody in white.
Mr. Brown, though, is not going to let him get a touchdown on that. He said,
and Boyle County will be moving on to tomorrow's championship game, and there's Cash Logan. He intercepts the pass and then scores the touchdown.
We missed that one for you watching the interception.
Yeah.
We're sorry about that, but he did. Darren just ran the ball in.
Zone read, they give it off to him, and again, nice blocking on the edge.
Yep.
And Boyle County now leads it 41-14, and a very impressive group is this Boyle County team. And Jackson Smith will have a penalty flag on the play, but they're going to have Barret with too many players on the field. That'll be denied.
Yep. They take the point.
Yeah, take the point.
41-14 with a minute and 36 seconds.
He actually hit that one, 42-14. So 6 for 6 is Jackson Smith on extra points.
Jeez. And kicking in the end zone, kicking off deep, making tackles on defense.
Running the ball on a jet sweep one time. So
running the ball on a jet sweep. We got us a star, man.
These are fun to watch. These games are. And although Barrett's going to go down to defeat here this afternoon, Coach, can't take away from what the Hilltoppers have done during their regular season even to get to this point. But unfortunately for Barret, they had a couple of turnovers early in the first half and a turnover on downs that hurt them. And then Boyle County is just an absolute machine.
Right, and they did a good job at the beginning of the fourth quarter on stopping, or on third quarter on stopping the Boyle County's drive. But you just can't trade punches with them when you get behind.
Yeah, and again, the advantage that a Boyle County middle school has over a team out of Lexington or a team out of Louisville, all those Louisville schools don't necessarily feed a high school in that area to where they're at.
Right.
But Boyle County, they know they're going to play for the Boyle County Rebel varsity team. They know that.
And with a new high school that was built this year in Fayette County, it divided the
even more so.
Yeah, divided the crop of athletes.
And they're kicking off from the 45, and Smith drives this one out of the back of the end zone. And he just walks around like no big deal.
No, I'll just keep doing what I do.
I'll just show my leg off.
Right.
A minute 36 to play in this one. Boyle County up 42-14 over Barret. And the Panthers of TK Stone getting ready to hook it up with the Red Hounds of Corbin. Tell you what, Coach, have you ever met the young man Travis Freeman from down there at Corbin?
No.
Have you ever seen the movie 23 Blast?
Yes.
Great movie. I actually got to hang out with the young man down there. I say young man, but down there in Corbin last year for the playoff game with the Red Hounds in Casey County. And he is an ordained Southern Baptist minister. He is totally blind, lost his eyesight in high school, and a great guy. They give it off to Brown running left. He's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle at the 25 over the 30. Still fighting over the 35-yard line, and a first down for Barret, and that young man is not going to quit.
And he is a danger every single time he gets the football. He can do damage with.
A minute 22 to play.
We'll watch for him, too. Probably for Atherton, maybe, or we don't know.
It's hard to say where he would wind up down there.
Where he's going to end up.
I don't know. Do they have open enrollment down there for the public schools?
Yeah, I think they do. I think you can go somewhere your ninth grade year.
You know, wherever who knows? He may wind up at Manual or Mail or Butler or
Trinity.
Yeah. The rich get richer. That from a Fern Creek alum back behind us.
Oh.
They turn, they give it off to the deep man Ford, running right, breaks a tackle. It's been tough sledding for Ford this afternoon.
It has been. Again, he's really trying hard. The whole team is. They're still, they're still gutting it out here.
Still gutting it out, still playing hard. We're under 40 seconds to play in the ball game. This is game number 1 of 6 here on PrepSpin with Coach Meehan, myself, and Gary Ball here at this location. We have 2 games taking place over at LCA right now.
And then finals tomorrow. Is that
finals
correct?
Tomorrow, beginning,
7th and 8th grade?
Yes, leaving at 11 o'clock. All 4 championship games will be here. We have 8th grade Division I, Division II, and Division III, and then the 7th grade championship games, or championship game, I should say.
There's just one.
Just one, right. Quickly to the line comes Barret. Brown still running hard into Boyle County territory. We have a flag on the play. It'll probably be holding. It's in the area of holding. They're going to wave it off. So the Hilltoppers of Barret's season comes to an end with a 42-14 loss to Boyle County. Gary Ball and Mike Meehan will be up next. TK Stone and Corbin for game number 2 of this afternoon's games here at Barret Station. So long from PrepSpin.